Gamers and game mess, what is going on? It's your boy Tanek127 here, and today I am going to bring you guys a little tutorial on combat. Now, before we get started into this video, I want to put a giant disclaimer up here. This is a very basic tutorial on combat. Nothing special, nothing crazy, no serious or insane types of rotations. This is for that guy who literally just popped the game in, needs to swing his sword around and kill some stuff. So if you're that guy, this is your video. Let's get started. We're going to pick ourselves a really basic area to do here. Something small, simple. However, I don't think I have anything like that available. Yeah, not at all. Everything I have is very hungry, angry individuals that want to eat me. That's fine. We can live with that. There we go. Do something simple. Little level 9 mission. Just talk to you guys about combat for a second. Aye, 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 aye. Yeah. I hear you, lady. Alright, so here we are. We're at your average normal level battlefield. I'm not going to necessarily be talking about the objective of the level and what the goal is here. This level's more based on crafting than anything. And I actually think we have an event getting ready to go down in the middle of the level, so that could actually be perfect.
Emergency code protection.
Oh yes, there we go. Alright, so emergency codes are basically like little, I'm not going to say field bosses, but events that happen randomly in the middle of levels. And what you do is you basically just have a basic objective to complete before the timer runs out or anything like that. Now, when they say what they are, because those are actually said in English, it's more than obvious what you're supposed to do with those. Like the one that just came up, emergency code protection. Obviously protection, it means I have to protect something. What I'm supposed to be protecting is some type of fallen ship. Here it is, here we go. As you guys can see, the health gauge on the ship right there. No, not health gauge, sorry. That's the repair progress. I'm just supposed to defend it while this guy takes care of it. And it's good that you guys get to actually see this in this tutorial too. I wasn't planning on this, but this is definitely a good thing to teach in a basic combat tutorial. So, can I hit you from here? Yep, bingo. Okay. Alright. Is he good to go? No, not quite. Okay. Now, I apologize for that little interruption during the video, but I honestly think that was a good thing to do. That's how you do emergency codes. A majority of them, especially in your early levels, are always going to be protection or attack. If it's attack, that's pretty obvious. A weird enemy is going to spawn in front of you. Kill it. But, so combat. Like I was saying, we'll start simple. These are your 3 hotbars for the weapons you have equipped. From what I know, you can equip more than 3 weapons, but as you guys can see, I have a great sword, a gun blade, and a type of spear. Which I did not mean to just swap that out, but... And if you hit down on the D-pad, you can switch between these hotbars anytime you want to. I accidentally just equipped my other great sword, which I did not mean to do. But we'll get that. And if you look down here at the hotbar, you guys will notice you'll see square, triangle, R1, L2. L2 basically swaps to your secondary hotbar, where all your other moves are. Remember, you're using a controller and not a keyboard, so you're limited on the amount of buttons you can hit. Square usually starts off as your basic attack, which is just a sword swipe. Triangles, unless you change it, of course, is your photon arts move. And then you get other abilities that you're going to acquire through these things. These usually add all kinds of new abilities and effects and stuff onto, you know, your attacks like that. As you guys can see, there's a fire effect on the bottom of that one. But if you hold L2, that also brings up your secondary hotbar. Now, if you want to use these moves, you have to be holding L2 while you execute them. So if I want to do that attack that's square, that you guys see on the square button, I would have to hold L2 and then hit square at the same time, which does that. And then, you know, same for this jabbing attack. And then same for that running and dash. And you can customize this hotbar again by going right here. These two are going to be your basic moves that are there, you know, just hitting square and triangle regularly. These other three are going to be your alternatives that you have to hold L2 and hit square, triangle, and R1 to use. You also have an R1 move to use as well on your basic one, which is basically just your guard attack. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys is about the lock-on system. And this guy here, he's going to be our example today. If you push down R3 on the right analog stick, you can aim. Now, you're going to ask yourself, what good is aiming like this going to do for you in an MMO? Well, remember, you also have long-range weapons in this game. As you guys can see, I have my gun blade here. But if I click R1, it activates gun mode. And it kind of gives you a view of like a third-person shooter, making the gun or the bow and arrow or whatever the case may be, whatever you're using, a lot simpler to use. And the last thing I want to talk to y'all about before we go on, so we got to find ourselves one more juicy enemy. Come on, baby. Give me a bad guy. Oh, I heard something. Okay, here we go. Whoopsie. Did not mean that. Is the importance of locking on. Always lock on to your targets. The main reason for that, and I know this is probably may sound stupid, but please hear me out, is because RPGs have a thing of always swapping camera angles on you, especially during combat. As you guys see, I'm walking around. The camera just tends to follow my character. But if you're locking on to somebody, the camera is going to adjust to, you know, what's most comfortable for you to see in battle. And that's very important, especially when you're doing raids, public events, and, you know, hard endgame kind of stuff. But that's it. That's going to be my basic tutorial on combat. Remember, guys, if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a thumbs up. But anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy, Tanek127, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out, guys.
赤く赤く赤く燃えて全て消して